MUBS TV.
Welcome, beautiful ladies and gentlemen. This is MUBS TV, and it's the Patriotic Talk Show, which happens every Thursday. We have a special package for you today, and you don't dare miss it. And this is the 3 fundamental aspects of life. Guess what? It is love, peace, and unity. Platonic love, like it's the kind of love between people, like the friendship, and as you know, like it improves the emotional comfort, like it also forgiveness and understanding. Like, I don't know, how do you perceive love according to you? Like, how do you perceive it?
Personally, love is something very beautiful. Love is something that I would like everyone to hold,
Yes.
to touch. It's something untouchable, but I feel someone would love to touch it.
Okay, according to Mr. Ernest, that's what she tells us. But a kind of love, like to spread love. I don't know whether you hear such a quote, like to spread love, not hate, because we are in a world full of conflicts, a world full of hate, and a world full of all toxic kinds of behaviors. But if you try to spread love, loving each other, the support and care you give to your fellows, yeah, you end up making them feel comfortable and making them feel the vibe in them. And then the next thing is the peace. You know, in this world, we don't look like how a person is free or how a person lives in harmony, but the peace that they hold, the peace that they have. And I don't know, Mr. Ernest, like peace, what do you understand by the term that peace?
To my perspective, the term peace is, once you're building peace, is something like a bond that everyone would wish to build. If you build peace, it's like building bridges, not walls.
Yes.
And when I talk about bridges, not walls, that means I'm talking about building that common perspective, what bonds you between you and the other party. And actually, that's the main point when we talk about peace.
Yes, and as you know, that building bridges, not walls. If you build walls, that means you're having mistrust. That means you having that discrimination amongst yourselves, and it's not a thing. It's not the right way to go. But if you build bridges amongst yourselves, like it brings that connection, it brings that friendship, it brings that togetherness. To crown it all, you end up being people of success. Like you do things together in peace, not in harmony. You're not conflicting, not at war. So yeah, basically, as young patriots, we should love each other. We should create peace, because you can't be patriotic enough if you don't love your neighbor, if you don't support them. Find someone out there, you find them crying, you find them starving. If you have something in your pocket, try to encourage them by words or financially, spiritually. Yeah, that's all love. You're creating peace in their minds and peace amongst the society. If one person is okay, this thing spreads on and on, like everyone will be okay if this person goes on encouraging others who are out there stranded. And well, about unity, it's a kind of solidarity among students, among people, everywhere in the society. Like unity, creating the teamwork, like it makes the sense of belonging, the oneness. Like you decide to do something, like when you're as a team, but if you decide to do something when you are one as a person, you end up making mistakes, you're having no one to correct you. But if you have a team, yeah, you end up doing things just like the way you planned them. And you're going to listen from Mr. Ernest, what he's speaking about the unity.
In my perspective, the unity thing is about what bonding with the people that you don't know or you may know is. It's also taking us back to the previous thing that we talked about, and that was building bridges, not walls.
Yes.
Once we talk about building bridges, not walls, that means we shall talk about unity. And how do we get the unity that we need? How do we bond with other people? that means we are uniting with the people that we know. This being a university, that means it has people of different comings. That means we all need to come up and
And achieve one common goal.
and achieve one common goal.
Yes.
That means that we shall get unity. The people, the disabled people,
Yes.
the normal people, and the other people. That means we all need to come in one place and achieve the common goal. That means that if I'm a student, let's say I'm a very wise student, that I always get my information at once, and there is that moderate student. I always have to make that bond between us two, that me and the moderate student, me the sharp student and the moderate student, I may not be fine financially, but
Yes.
then the moderate student might be financially stable. And of course, the studying for the studying to be achieved, that means we shall need to be unified. That means we shall need one another, because you have the resources, I have the knowledge. That means we need each other. I cannot do anything when I don't have the resources to make the education a success. And that is what is needed also in the outside world, in the outside community. We all need one another. You have the jobs, but you need the labor. You cannot achieve it when you're not with us all.
Exactly. So yeah, that's the kind of unity. And we're living in this kind of world where people, like, I don't know that term called Gen Z. You'd be like, no, me, I won't associate with a lame person. No, me, I won't associate with this person because they're slow learners, because what. And how to solve this? First thing you need to know is that never judge anyone's background, because you can be in a university or outside there, you judge someone because you look at them, they're not like, you look at them and judge them, you'd be like, no, I won't associate with such a person. But remember, we are people of differences. Everyone is blessed in their own ways. Like, I might have a skill and the other person has a skill, but if we come out and we unite and we apply those different skills, we end up achieving a common goal. For instance, in the study areas and outside society, let's say workplaces and everywhere.
Yes, if we get back to love, I wanted us to get back to love.
Okay.
Me personally, when we are talking about love, love is something I don't believe in. Something.
Why do you believe in love? Why?
Like, you recall in case you read the Bible,
Okay.
we talked about Samson. Actually, Samson was betrayed because of love. The too much love that he gave to the wife, that he trusted her that he can do anything as long as he had his hair. But the wife betrayed him, sorry.
Yes.
And how do I promote love with that? From my perspective, I feel love is not something that one could believe in. What do you think about that?
Okay, as a patriot, like a patriotic heart that I hold, for you, in order to be a strong patriotic person, you have to make sure that you spread the love. It's not only the romantic love that we look at. Fine, you can be, this kind of romantic love. It's the love that tortures many people, that makes some people smile, that makes people jubilate, people make anniversaries, what. So the kind of love I'm speaking about is the platonic love, like love for the neighbors, love for the friendship that I'm meaning, the kind of friendship, like you love your neighbors, you have no hate speech, everything, like you try to spread that kind of love.
But of recent, I don't see any kind of love like that in our nation, because I always see labels coming up. Do we call also that love?
Do you see labels?
Rebels coming up, like the ADFs. Do we see love with that? The ADFs coming to bomb blast currently in Uganda, like of recent in 2022. Is that really love?
Okay, actually, the kind of love I'm speaking about, it's not that I'm trying to sum up the whole kind of organization or the ideas that you're speaking about. I mean love for the closest neighbor. You're next to someone, like speak to them, hug them. Yeah, it's okay, hug them. You know, hugs relieve emotional stress. Yeah, you spread that kind of love. Yeah, you give them the support and care. If you see someone out there starving, yeah, you get someone out of the pocket, you give them. That's the kind of love I'm trying to speak about. I don't know why you're referring it to the ADS. Fine, those conflicts are there, but this kind of love, the friendship love, to love people, just loving people, not hating people, yeah, and everything will be okay.
But actually, with me, I feel love has sides. I don't know why, but there is a way I don't feel love that. Does even love exist? How do I know that love is there? How do I know that love exists?
Love exists, just it matters what kind of love you're referring to. You might be here when you're referring to the romantic love, but other kinds of love exist. Don't you love yourself? That is what we call self-love. Do you love yourself?
But if I'm to ask, do you think every Ugandan loves their country?
Yeah, actually, that's what a patriotic person should do. Like, it's the first forward thing that we should do. You have to first love your country. After loving your country, you respect the anthems, you respect the flags, you respect yourself, you respect everyone, such that they should also respect you. So it actually matters. People should love their country because it's your country. However much you do, however much you go abroad, it will remain your country, it will remain Uganda, the pearl of Africa. You still love your country. And I had a question for you, Mr. Ernest. Do you love yourself?
Of course I do.
Yes, and that's self-love.
Of course, one can have self-love but doesn't have love for the country. That's why I told you that in the first place. That's why you see the ADFs coming to the country, trying to distract it. And like of recent, you saw the students of different universities. It was this university here down here in Chambogo, and of recent you saw students rioting. Was that really love? Was that love? Does love exist in that case, in such cases?
Actually, love exists, but I would like to throw more light about it. Conflicts and wars and mistrust and misunderstandings in most cases happen because of various reasons. It's not actually the love to remain it, yeah? It's not actually the love, but it is the freedom, and it is the, like, some people come out and they create chaotic cases just because they feel like corruption is at the rooftop, just because they feel they ain't free, just because the leaders around them, they don't do what they're supposed to do, just because the environment is not secure for them, so they come out and they be chaotic.
I'm asking you, do you think the students that rioted of recent, do you think that was love for their school, love for their what, or it is just like that? I don't feel if you love something, I don't think you could go against it.
Actually, it matters. As I was telling you, that students riot, students became chaotic because of various reasons. They can become chaotic because of, let me say, the lecturer didn't attend classes. I don't know, like some people be like chaotic, others they can't, they don't mind. They can be chaotic because of various reasons, but it's not actually that because they don't love the school, because they don't love the people, but it's about the various reasons that bring about the conflicts and the wars, like, you get. Yes. So okay, we're speaking something.
Yeah, actually I was trying to ask, okay. Of course these different scenarios that keep on happening, they always give me that a perspective that love is not something that one would enjoy. First of all, the students going against the schools, it is not something that one would like. And also the other perspective is that about Samson. Of course I know you know of that story about Samson. I feel Samson was betrayed because of that too much love, and I don't feel someone would really enjoy it if someone says love. It's not something, and we always find people betraying their other friends. Of course, I know you coming here, I know, and also our other viewers, I think they have been betrayed because of love. So I don't know whether is that love really in existence, or it is just a perspective that someone would just talk about and leave it like that.
Actually, that love exists, but as I told you, love exists in various ways. Like for you, okay, you're building on the Samson story where the wife betrayed the husband, say by cutting off the hair, you know, just because Samson thought the wife loved him so much, and you know, she made him drunk, and he had to give up. Yes. So I would like to speak about the okay, everyone knows about Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, these people, it's a movie, and these people, like, ever since then, they act as living examples of true love. True love exists. Yeah, true love exists. Many people make anniversaries, many people jubilate.
So in my own understanding is that in all that movie, to me, I feel, do you know that Romeo actually sacrificed everything for, is that love?
Yeah, that's
sacrificing
love.
Everything and losing everything, is that really love? I thought love is supposed to be beneficial, but almost all the people that would act as an example, they all failed because of love. Like if we see Romeo in the very end, we also saw Romeo fading out. Is that really love?
Yeah, it's really love. Actually, when you look at two partners, like a man and a woman, as a husband and as a wife, when you are in love, don't look at the beneficiaries. Don't look at what am I going to benefit. But if you sacrifice, you're sacrificial, okay? Like you sacrifice. As a man, you sacrifice part of your salary to get your wife some flowers, to get your wife some good dresses, to make your wife happy. It's not like you're going to lose, I'm not benefiting, but it's sacrifice. It's one of the ways you show to a person that you love them, you really support them, really care about them. Like it's not that, like for you to be in love, you're going to feel like you're not benefiting anything at all. It's all about being sacrificial. How much do you sacrifice? That shows how much you love someone.
Of course, once you sacrifice, that's why I said, actually, with all that love, it is already supposed to be one way. But with the love that we need in this country, to me, I feel it should be two-way and not one way. But most of the love that people get is already one way. And to me, I feel it is not beneficial to both parties. The love that we need is already supposed to be two-way, not one way like the one of Romeo and Juliet, where Juliet almost benefited from each and everything. The one of Samson, whereby the wife saw all the benefits of betraying Samson, that if we cut off, that means we have won each and every one, and whereby you see everyone failing out because to me, I feel love is supposed to be two-way, and all are supposed to do the same thing and should be beneficial for us all to benefit from it. The other issue was about unity.
Yes.
Unity. So, unity is like us coming together. So what was your perspective about it?
Okay, unity. Here comes unity. According to unity, like the sense of solidarity, the togetherness, the belonging, one's belonging, you get, like you try to create a team, you try to create a specific kind of group that you're going to achieve a certain goal, like the same goal. Yeah, kind of teamwork. And here I have a story for you. During my secondary education, we had like, by then I recall I was in S3, and there is a certain girl who came in S2. She was lame and she was crawling. Yeah, she used to hold the sandals in her fingers, and she uses them to pad on the ground to crawl. And you know what, all the students were like, oh, we can't associate with such kind of a person, no, we can't share, we can't do what. And oh please, she used to face difficulties, say that's person administration. That means this kind of a person needed a friend, right? So me as a person, me as a patriotic person, yeah, I felt touched and I empathized for her and I felt that sympathy for her. You know, time came as I was passing by the S2 block, I saw these girls were discussing, and oh please, she was just there seated alone. And when results came back, guess what? You know, I followed the story because I really was like so touched. I was like, oh, what is this girl up to? Should I approach her and I comfort her? Should I tell the other students to join her? But they were all like, no, no, for us, we can't associate with people. So I tell you what, results came back. She was called Hilda. Results came back. Hilda had the best mark. You know, this gave me a lesson, like you shouldn't judge someone like of what they are. I can be lame, but I can be of use to another person. Like they used to discriminate her because she was lame, not sharing with her. Yet God blessed her with. Yet God actually blessed her with like fast learning skills, like you get. So from this I learned like you shouldn't discriminate, you shouldn't judge someone's background because they are lame.
But at times I feel it is
they're having
differences.
At times,
you know, at times it is very difficult to associate with someone who is not of your kind. Someone finds it really very difficult to associate with someone who is not of their kind. Like me associating with someone, let's say, actually we have seen that with maybe the whites, failing to associate with others, and whereby you find almost the whole country they're failing to associate with the other kind of races. To me, I feel that is not the kind of unity that we need. And you're talking about unity. To me, I feel it is always one-sided. Unity, it only applies to those that can afford it. Unity has a cost.
Okay, Mr. Ernest, I hear you, but the unity, the kind of unity I'm speaking about, like you can't be there and you feel like, yes, me alone, I'm enough for myself, I can handle myself very well, I don't need anyone, I don't need friends, please don't come to me. Like for instance, you like your studies, you want to create a discussion group, but you don't want to associate with others because you feel you're not their type, because you feel you judge their backgrounds, because you feel you don't want them. That's the thing. We have to embrace the solidarity and the togetherness. We have to let go of the thing of, no, I don't know them, I don't know who they are, I don't know where they come from, I don't know what they do. It's just coming up, getting those unique different kinds of skills, applying them and achieving one common goal, the unity and the solidarity. Yes, come something over, yeah, like come together, make something.
Unity is always one-sided to my thinking, and I feel unity is not something always. That's why I always say that with unity it has a cost, and that cost which is always hard to be achieved. And to me, I feel with unity it is something very difficult, and it is not something very easy. But in the end of it all, we need unity, because with unity, that's why we always come up with the different races coming together, and like in an institution, and we all have different races and we need to come up together, and with unity we all stand together. So we can briefly also talk about peace. So what do you understand by peace?
Okay, if we're talking about peace, like something that is in line with people living in harmony, people are free, people are enjoying the freedom, yeah, and enjoying the nature that God provides, the kind of peace, like when we are free at war, when we don't have the conflicts and the hate, when the divisions are less. Yes, so that's all about peace.
With peace, you've said harmony, freedom, it is really something very good. And to me, with all that, with me, I feel that the three, since they are fundamental principles of life, I feel that
Yes.
those three can move hand in hand, such that this world moves. And actually love drives them all, that because of love people still move, because of love people still move with peace, and because of love people still move with unity. You can't unite with someone you don't love, and you can't be in peace in line with someone you don't love.
Yes.
That's why we always say that we always build bridges, not walls. And with all that, that means we are promoting love, peace and unity.
And loving each other, you love your neighbor, no hate, you are at peace, and you are uniting, you are together. The solidarity, you end up achieving one common goal, you end up succeeding, and you end up increasing your connection with other people. All right, thank you for tuning in for our patriotic talk show here at MUBS TV. And a kind reminder, do not forget to subscribe at our YouTube channels, MUBS TV, everywhere, all social media platforms, TikTok and Twitter. We always here every Thursday. Don't miss. Thank you.
MUBS TV.